right, we're in there. Let me see if this is working. I started it.
All right.
I'm just gonna
Is there
see.
sound for both of us?
Yeah, it should. I got to find out how it works. Oh, and then I probably have to end it because it's so short. Shit. There you go. We're rolling. Yep.
Rolling. Sounds
I
awesome.
already went.
Is this going to be on the live so we'll be able to see the chat?
Yeah.
Can you project it up to there so that we could see it? Or is that too crazy? Like Apple TV kind of project?
Well, I could. Oh, shoot. Where is
So we could see the...
How did I not gain access?
Yeah, I got bumped out last time.
I'm not in on this. Hang up.
Gotta figure
I
out.
gotta do my phone. Where did my phone
again.
just go?
I don't know. I don't see it. What do you call it?
Check.
Where's
I might have left it downstairs. I'll go get it.
here? Is it
Yeah, I just gotta see if our volume's right. Otherwise, I gotta fix it now. I just can't tell if our volume's...
I hear it ringing.
No, it's down here. I'm right here. Got it. I just want to see it's playing and the stupid fucking thing's not logged in. Oh, shoot. You got to take your mic off. You got to take your mic off. It just got you pissing.
Oh.
You got to take your mic off. It works.
All right. It's real time. Like people. There's got to be a place on the internet.
You got to take your mic off. It just got you pissing. Oh. You got to take your mic off.
Amazing.
It works.
All right. It's real. Ann Lee, you know the guy that was at AccuFire before.
Mm-hmm.
Are we live now?
Yeah, we're on. We're alive and moving. Yeah. We were on.
Shit. Then let's just.
Yeah, we can edit the very beginning. I'll cut out the very beginning.
We'll put that on B-roll.
But really, what I wanted to do is find out if our mics were working. And the mics, even though they broke, I got like thermal expansion on my mics, and they popped, and so I didn't think they were working. So then when I went and played it through, it sounds great. So we got no drama. It sounds good.
Excellent.
So we're here, and we can move that camera and bring it closer, move it around. We can do whatever we want to do. So we wanted to do this a little different because this will be the rig that we take to the range.
Right.
So this is how we're going to go to the range. So I basically took our range setup, moved it out to this room, and that way we could talk and figure out if it's working good.
Perfect.
And then we can see how that goes. But yeah, I just didn't know if these mics would work because of that thermal expansion. And then we were kind of screwing around trying to test the micage. And then you decided to walk in the bathroom and take a piss.
Happens.
It happens. Yeah.
I don't know who Baron 23 is.
That's Steve. That is Steve from Pennsylvania class. He doesn't live in Pennsylvania, I don't believe. Right, Steve, you don't live in Pennsylvania. You live East Coast, but another state, Jersey or Boston or something. I don't know where the hell those guys live. But he's an East Coast guy, Baron.
I'm going to try to pull up.
So this is our on-the-road rig in Maryland. There it is, Maryland. This is our on-the-road rig, and we wanted to take it out into the other room and to see how it worked. And then, of course, like anything, when I was pulling my laptop up or my iPad up, I'm not connected to the damn high TV.
What do I need to do from here?
Yeah, well, you got to do that on the computer. But yeah, I'm the same way. See, you got to go to your.
Because we reset it.
Yeah, because I reset it. So we have to go in and get the access.
Form list. All right.
But I can do it when we're done. It's just it takes more. You have to log in. Where's the login for this thing?
Forums.
Update Denver to America. You're not authorized menu. I got an account. For some reason, it logged me out. Hide TV. See, this is the problem here. And do that. So what else we got going? It is indeed the sound is good. Okay, yeah. What happened? Yeah, I don't know. You guys won't be able to see it, but like my wireless split. So I go to break them out of their charger, and I opened it up, and the next thing I know, I'm like, oh my god, these are broken. It's like they popped open thermal expansion wise, and I wasn't sure if this sound was going to work, and there's really no way to tell.
Best sound so far.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. Good. Good. Well, I turned everything off, and this setup is good. And like we said, guys, this is going to be the rig that Chris and I take to the range. So that's why you're getting to see a lot of us do this admin and weirdness stuff happening. But that's mainly because I'm testing and I want to make sure it all works. And that's cool. Thanks, Laura. You can pop onto your lives again. We got you. We're good for Laura, so we're all that. But yeah, so and again, like my iPad wasn't logged in. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Why is my iPad not logged in?"
Yeah.
And all that stuff. So I have to redo the apps. I have to do the iPad, and see, it doesn't have me logged in. So I got to take care of that. Let me go home.
We got to announce it so we can get
Yeah,
the same
people
kind
will
of crowd that we had last time, which was pretty freaking awesome. This where the fuck is
see if I
TV
do it
stuff?
in here, it'll work.
Home. Hide TV.
Mm-hmm. It'll take a second for us to get going.
Watch now. Yeah, way better to do that here now than driving however long, like 2 hours round trip because something wasn't ready. Okay, I'm in. Log in. Invalid.
Now, you got to do it on the computer, and then it'll bring you into the app. So now you could be in the app. So you have to do it you have to do it from your browser first. Yeah. Oh, log in there. Yep, go ahead. My password. You got it? Okay, I'm getting Chris logged in. Hold on there.
Send instructions.
And let's see if this.
Reset
there we go. Now we're up and running. Oh, nope, it didn't gain me access, you bastard. It didn't gain me the access here.
All right.
It only gained it to me there. So.
Sparky, I'm doing the same thing. Let's see.
Yeah, we're gonna have to log ourselves in. It's funny, we're not even logged in on our own damn computers, so we're gonna have to log ourselves in on our own phones and computers before we do this to get this thing to work. But yeah, I just checked it and thought it would be on, and then it's not. But yeah, that's good that the sound is really good. So what we were gonna talk about today with you guys is we were like thinking of a topic. It's like, hey, what topic are we gonna go for? And then Chris is like, man, everybody does too much.
Yeah.
He's like they work too hard, kind of setting up the rifle systems and getting ready. So when we look at a shot, I guess this would be shot process. It's like, where is your shot process? And in part of that, are you doing too much with it? I mean, that's that movement you were talking about, the people who reset themselves or over reset themselves.
Yeah.
I guess would be one way of saying it. But yeah, I mean, I guess it would almost be, are you doing too much prior to your shot process? Because it's almost like they have a pre-shot process and then a shot process.
Yeah, and then like subconscious things that are slowing them down and confusing them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think that stands out when you watch somebody, and people send us video or we'll look at it and we'll think, okay, you see what they need to do, but you also have to remember that a lot of what you see is trying to figure out how to have somebody not do other things that are unnecessary.
Right,
Right. How do you
right.
distill
Economy
down?
of motion is what we're looking for. So basically it's that efficiency, it's that economy of motion, it's are you doing too much at the time? Yeah, yeah.
To like take your attention away from the important things. Like, how do you decide what's important, and then say all of this is not important?
Yeah,
Let's
routine versus
stop doing it.
priority, I guess it would be. What would be routine? Something that's part of our normal routine that should almost be that subconscious versus the priority of things we should think about. We need to do this, this, and this. So you'd almost have a conscious, subconscious side of your process.
Right, right, right. Like thinking about it in a way that isn't shooting, which probably doesn't help anybody. But I'm thinking about you and your cars, and you talk about you get in, you look left, you look right, the mirrors are good, your mirror's good, your controls are good, everything is good, and you do what you need to. But somebody who isn't comfortable, isn't as experienced, they'll get in
And
and they'll
recheck,
fiddle and
yeah.
they'll move their seat forward and back and they'll move stuff and they'll adjust things, and when it comes down to you got to get in your car and you got to drive, that needs to be set,
Right.
but you also can't look in the back seat and decide, oh, I'm going to get
Well,
out.
it's the people who check it twice, right? So it's like I look left, I look right, I look left, I go. But it's I look left, I look right, I look left, I look right, I look left, I go.
Right,
And it's like, well, why do we check 4 times? Why do we only check once? And they always say left, right, left to go back to where you were. That was the textbook way of pulling out into traffic. But now we're looking at somebody that might be going left, right, left, right, left, right, left, and too much.
Yeah, right. And everybody, including us, I'm sure, because you don't know you're doing it. That's where video or a
Steve,
coach's
you're the
eye.
guy who doesn't know you're doing it. Remember, Steve. He doesn't know he's doing it wrong. Why'd that happen? You did it, Steve.
Yeah. Or you say, okay, I want you to do this in a certain time frame, and people get excited.
Yes.
And you think like, there's no way you're gonna pack all that.
Well, I mean, a good example is like because Alaska's so out there, right? Alaska's so different in how they shoot. They're more hunter. They're more deliberate. They don't have the not experience, but the exposure to competition on a wide scale. So they don't know what they don't know. They're the knowns unknowns, that kind of don't know what they don't know. So when we did the fundamental eval in PR1, we had to have something for PR2. And PR2 was off their belly a little quicker because we don't do 3-day classes in Alaska. We do 2-day classes. So we do a PR1 2-day, and then we do a PR2 2-day. In the PR2, we give them 2 minutes to do a stage. So we say, okay, you're going to come from blind. We have a whiteboard with their targets and the range, and they have to shoot them. And so they come up. We say, there's your targets. There's the whiteboard. You have 2 minutes to find them, range them, and hit them. And we give them 3 targets. 3. And it's a KD range that they've already shot and doped on. So it's not blind, but they've already shot and doped on it. We had a couple that came up as a pair, took them 6 minutes.
Right.
To find, range, and shoot. And they don't even have to range them. They just have to look at their dope. 600-yard target, 3 something. Whatever their number is, that's all they have to do. 6 minutes.
Right, right. And my guess is, like, from this perspective, they would have filled that 6 minutes with stuff.
Yes.
Right? Most of that stuff isn't important. If you were in bed, completely naked, and I said, Frank, I need you to get dressed and come downstairs, and I start a clock, you know what you need to do.
Right.
Come downstairs.
Yes.
But there's those people that an hour later, they're like brushing their teeth and doing their makeup.
Exactly.
And it's like, okay, well, you didn't need to do that. You just needed to get dressed and come downstairs. But you don't know that you're doing all this extra stuff that's not really important for the task at hand, right?
Exactly.
And using a rifle, there's a task at hand. We're not.
You're solving a problem with your bullet.
Right.
Whether it's hitting a target, scoring a point, getting an animal, you're solving the problem with your round.
Yeah. But I see, right? That's a double-edged conversation, because one conversation is talking about the ballistics, the technique of actually doing what you need, but we're talking about 30 seconds.
Yes.
So what was the 5 minute and 30 second other stuff that needs to be taken out of the equation?
Exactly. Like, I mean, and that's where even in the comp guys, they want to be that more efficient. And it's like, where am I positioning my stuff? Armbar, data, rangefinder, and when you did on the crossfire videos, where you put your pack in an NRL hunter type of, are you putting it here or you're reaching back for it? So those kind of considerations to manage your time and to make it more efficient is kind of what you're looking for.
And that comes from investing in time and repetition to streamline everything.
Yeah, totally, and that's exactly where we're going with that. But for sure, it worked. But yeah, Baron, late in the afternoon, third day, he was tired. Baron with his excuses. He rolled back. But what happened was, I remember I shot the 600-yard target and center punched with my rifle in the same dope, and So yeah, I mean, it's kind of recognizing what you're looking to accomplish ahead of time and then cutting right to the chase. Meat and potatoes, right here, boom, this is what we got to do. And that's part of the missing element, is that people do too much.
Yeah, they do too much, and then they're obsessed with something that's going to even make it worse.
Yes, totally. And like Laura just got a text from Eli, who Roberts' guy, and was asking how like her bag was set up. So it's like, when you think about a bag, it's like, well, okay, well, I'm going to put my ammo at the bottom. I'm going to put, my this over here. And it's like, well, how do you tell somebody how to set up that bag without knowing what bag they have? Or are you just going, I want my game changer accessible. I need my Kestrel where I can get it. I need this and this. And, you have to look at where your priorities of equipment are as well with that. Are you doing too much? I mean, because that would kind of play into that NRL hunter, right? Are they doing too much with that? So I need to come up, know my fan, and just go right to glass and start looking at that. Now the question becomes, are you finding everything and then shooting it? Are you finding one, shooting it, finding the next one, shooting it, finding the next one, shooting it?
Yeah.
Or does it depend if you pop up and see them versus not see them?
Right.
So what would you attack in sort of that question?
Personally, my goal is to find all four as quickly as possible. If it's 4, or if it's CD, if it's 6, I want to try to find as many as I can in that short window, and then make the decision of, that is the most time consuming part for me, and it's the most unknown. But at some point, that knowing that time's going to run out.
What are you giving yourself a time limit for searching?
Half the time that's available.
Half the time.
And I just, because then I have a buffer, because I know I can engage them relatively quickly. But if at half the time you got to make that decision, then if you're still able to engage what you found, you might still have time at the
to
end
shoot the last one, right? To get the last one.
Sometimes you see it when you're shooting and you think, oh no, there it is, and then you've got to decide what time is available to solve this last problem. But usually I just, it's easy to say half. But the responsible thing would be, you do a lot of reps and you say, okay, it takes me this long to build and engage these targets. And so you know what you're playing with.
Right.
If it's 4 to 6 targets, that should be about a minute-ish. So if you have 4 minutes, technically you probably have 3 minutes to find them. But I like to say half, engage them, and then you've got a buffer at the end.
And that's that's kind of where we're going through, is we're looking at strategies, right? So, we're talking, are you doing too much? Are you not doing enough? Are you wasting time? So we're almost looking like at on-clock strategies, or better or describe on-target strategies. What's our on-target strategy? And are you doing too much within your shot process? Are you minimizing your shot process down to a point where you're just on the gun and go, or are you gun off, gun off, gun off, gun off, go? You know, where are you back and forth? Because you do see people that get ready on the gun. Now they need their mag. They get off the gun, go get the mag. They get ready on the gun, and now they need their ears.
Right.
They get off, they go get their ears. You know, they get ready on the gun, and then they go, oh, I only have one box of ammo. I should have had two here. You know, so that becomes those questions of what are they putting in that way.
Yeah.
So
if you're good enough that you could engage all four, you're going to lose time getting on, finding a target, engaging it, finding the next one, and going through that whole cycle, because the transition from a skill of, find it, range it, record it, find another one, range it, record it, find another one. Now, if I have to put it down, engage, pick it all back up.
right, there's time.
I think that time factor, but that's only if you're already going to do that to begin with. So a beginner, well, maybe they need that repetition, but in terms of efficiency, that efficiency is going to come from.
Yeah, that's where Andrew, the other Andrew's talking right there. We see the other Andrew. He's saying, I get to find all the targets and start figuring the gameplay, but I think I want to start doing one complete engagement of target at a time.
Right.
So target fire, target fire, target fire.
And I think that if we took Andrew and we cloned him, and we had him go against him, the one that found him and then engaged all of them is going to do it faster than the one that found it, engaged it.
I like
Started
that.
over,
So
found it,
Andrew
engaged.
shooting against Andrew, he thinks it's going to be faster finding all of them and shooting them, given that he doesn't have a struggle finding them. I mean, if he's a tough guy, if he has a problem finding the targets, then that's going to slow him down. So in that case, it would make sense for somebody who struggles at finding targets to shoot it as soon as he finds it.
Right. Yeah, if somebody came, let's say they go to the skills division, and they don't even know if they're going to get 1 point. Or you hear there was somebody that competed last year that was new, and after a couple stages, there was a backup, and they said, like, oh, how'd it go, whatever. And they're like, well, I didn't get any shots off. Oh, like, why didn't you get shots off? Well, I timed out looking for the targets. Did you find any? Yeah. But I timed out. Like, well, shit, just shoot one, because you'll get 2 points or 1 point, and then we'll worry about the rest later. But when it comes to engaging all of them, I think that person's going to end up running out of time if they're going against themselves. In fact, somebody actually reached out recently. They said they just did the hunter in Idaho, and let me check this out. They were a team, and they said, what's your thoughts? And I'm bringing it up.
Yeah. So yeah, Andrew. So that becomes the good question here is exactly, because a lot of times I'll do what you're doing, Andrew. Is I find it, I just want to hit it and then move on from there, because I don't necessarily know how easy or hard it may be to find the next set of targets. So it's often where when I second guess myself in the find mode, I find hit, find hit, find hit. But I can see, Chris, because sometimes you can see, like, hey, I see them. And then it's like, well, there they all are, range, you got them. But if it's a hard stage or a hard area, I can see where the finding question. But yeah, you got your question?
Oh, yeah. But they basically said, for team application, what's most effective method for finding, ranging, and engaging with two people as the consideration, because this is the team aspect. Do both shooters get on glass to start, verify ranges, dopes, and then engage? And then they ask, like,
in that case, because because the Sniper's Hide Cup, as part of the RTC in Washington, is a team or individual. So you can compete either as a team or you can come up as an individual, and they just change the time. And the team guys, so we have Nick Gardizzi and all those guys up there, Vibert, Pinch. So I've watched those guys shoot. A lot of times what I'll see is the one guy is getting the tripods arranged while that other guy's looking. And then that way there, when they're ready to shoot, their platform is ready. So they're building, one guy builds that platform, and then they come over, and once they have it, they just put the rifles on them and go. Then they just roll over and go boom, 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 and they nuke it. But one guy was building the positions, the other guy was finding them. And then they generally, up at the RTC, and I don't know if they're still doing it, they used to do this a lot. We'd swap, like, especially the older SIGs. Now I know the SIG is so, like, the SIG infrastructure is so good. But the older SIGs, what they would do is give you mine and yours, and we'd switch. And then you'd laser for me and give me my dope, and then I'd give you yours. So basically, I'd come up with your laser, range the target, and go 1.8, 2.6, 3.7. And then when it comes time for you to shoot, I go, okay, you're going to shoot the first target 1.8, 2.6, 3.7. And that's your dope, and I'm telling you. And then when it's my turn, you tell me what to do. So they actually switch like that.
And I think the hard part for people that don't practice that immensely time consuming if it hasn't been dialed out. And it sounds really easy.
Yeah.
Frank, that target's 400 yards, dial 2.5, 2.6 or something, and hold this wind hold. If we've practiced it, it's seamless. And if we haven't, there's a lot of extra.
Well, what I do notice, the biggest downside in the field side is I go, okay, I'm shooting that. And you go, yeah, 2.6. And I go, boom, wrong target.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? And so then it doesn't matter. Everything was right. But because I didn't look and find them and I think that's it, I've shot the wrong target. Because I don't have an idea of what the range looks like and exactly which one I'm on if I'm dividing up the time where one person's doing a task and the other person's finding targets. So, I mean, when I worked with Adam, it worked really well with the competition dynamics one with Adam Burt. Is we basically, when we came up, we found our center point, our come back to location, like that mound, that rock tree, there, that. And then we started looking near to far. And then as soon as I found 3, I just jumped on my gun as the gas gun guy and shot him. And that way I was giving Adam, in most cases, I gave Adam 2 minutes of clock. You know what I mean? Because I just jumped on my guns as soon as I can. And then usually by the time I got to the 3rd, Adam found the rest. And then I can waste through and then transition right to him. So that's kind of how I played the CD stuff. And we did all right with that.
And that's an interesting dynamic because you've got a rifle that's fast and you only have to engage half of them. So what you offer the team is speed and some data confirmation. And a bolt gun, you think, well, one shot, they should have plenty of time, but it's a little bit slower when you don't get
because he got to do all the dope and he has to make sure he's right. Because remember, you won and missed. That's it. So you really don't want to rush that one shot.
Right.
Because that's where the mistake comes in. That's where I rushed it. I was thinking the wind there, not there. So you want to be able to go, target 1. I'm holding this. I'm doing that. Impact. Okay, target 1 I hit with, 0.5 a wind, 0.8 a wind, 1.2 a wind.
Right.
And not screw up and be like, it's 0.8 and then miss. Like if you miss the first one, it throws all your, like it almost throws the numbers off. Like, oh shit, I missed the first one, and now you don't.
Having that ability to dialogue quickly, especially if one person can see it and the other one doesn't, and be able to say, okay, I saw that, here's your correction. Because you don't get the follow up on that target, but the correction for the next one is really important.
Yes.
And sometimes, having that other person without recoil, it's much clearer what they need to do. If they know what to do. Otherwise, it's just confusing. And if you let your partner just go, then it's likely going to be misses.
Yeah. It was an interesting kind of because that was last minute for me to do a CD match, a team side, because I hadn't done one on a team side until I shot it with Adam Burt. And just kind of going blind and us not working together, finding what worked. And it worked really well for us. It wasn't too... He says, I spot exactly as I plan on shooting the stage during the PRS test. I don't know what that means. Because the PRS, it's right in front of you versus the field stuff where you're looking for it.
Yeah. I mean, the big difference there is that you're making a lot more decisions in the field. And on a PRS, you make those decisions ahead of time.
Yeah.
And so you go in with a much more distilled plan. Execute on a shorter time.
I mean, because I can go in there and say I'm gonna, because with me I can deploy a tripod in the sitting or kneeling without opening it. But what if I plan on doing that and then can't see that target? Now I got to open it.
Right.
But I can, I can deploy from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we get that. But what we're saying is with the hold expectations and elevation is with a CD match, you only get one shot, and they hide them and they don't paint them, and so you're looking for it. And odds are, if you miss that first one, it's going to throw off your whole thing. And because a competition dynamic match is so different from a PRS match, it's easy to say, oh, I'm going to do this and come in with a plan, and that plan can go out the window. You need that spotter to give you almost that win call up front to,
Yeah.
to help move it along so you don't drop even 1 point, because guys they're getting so good where 2 stages and you're done. You're probably going to be in 10th place if you drop 2 stages,
Right.
or drop points, too many points in 2 stages.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Andy Reinhardt. What he and you too, but like Reinhardt? What is it? What do they drop? Maybe 5 plates, 6 plates.
Right. Right. Yeah. Depending
Maybe.
on the course. I mean, Andy's one of the few people who's not dropped a shot on some of the courses.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's what we're saying. So like these guys aren't dropping points in blind, not painted, not handed to you stages. So it becomes a kind of a thought process for some people, because that's pressure in itself, knowing the top guys aren't going to drop a point.
right.
And so now you're going to come up, and are you second guessing the wind? Are you playing around with that? Because it is the wind call out there. A CD match, because some of them are narrow and all that too.
Yeah, some of them are crazy tiny.
Oh, come on, man. This blanket is awesome. They're making fun of my Blake.
Yeah. I mean, I think that you could see it go both ways with some shooters. Like the shooters are good, and if the plan is good and holds through, they get all the impact. But what happens if the plan isn't good? Then you've got another set of shooters that either they miss all of them because of that, or they know how to make that correction and they salvage points. And the team dynamic makes it interesting because now you have dialogue, but the dialogue takes time. And so that comes back to the what are you not doing, or are you doing too much because it takes time, and you might be doing things that aren't important, and knowing, well, what's important to solve the problem.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
Yeah, it's here. We're still going. We're just talking about the whoobies, and they're laughing at my blanket here.
it's awesome.
Yeah, they're laughing at my fake leopard.
You saved a leopard's life out there.
I did save a leopard's life with all that. So
Yeah.
he's like, "Is it a whoopie?" And then if I go downstairs, I have 3 whoobies downstairs on all the couches down there too. I have the black and gray ones, the leopard, the snow leopard, something else, and something else. So they're laughing at my thing.
Every time we got to have a different one.
Yeah, I could do
You
that.
can make custom shooting mats.
Oh, I have those. I have those covers too. Those backgrounds. I could always drop a different background. So I have those nylon backgrounds that we drop. And yeah, well, there's that too. Couch. Okay, this is the casting couch. This is the casting couch.
Okay.
Fucking casting couch. You guys are shot. But that's kind of what we're looking at, is a little bit of shot process strategy. We almost need to come up with a name for that, because we have shot process, which is when you're down on the rifle. But what's like the engagement process?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess, is it the engagement process versus shot process? Target engagement? It's a process.
Mm-hmm. Because you're going to have a different. It'll be different for every type of engagement.
See you, Baron. A stainless bolt laying against the cushions, and 6 ARs standing behind. Oh, yeah. In the other room, we got all the guns hanging out. They would sell. Leopard mats would sell. He's saying this leopard skin pattern mat would sell. See, this is the beauty. They're all like, they're too busy laughing at us and all that shit. They're like, Baron's going
Make
to
like a custom shooting.
wonder what Baron's going to have dinner. We need to go have dinner too. It's almost dinner time. It's 5 o'clock here. 7 o'clock at Baron's house. Damn, 7 o'clock dinner, Baron. 7:30. Baron's going to late dinner.
Oh shit.
But I'm glad that the sound is good. We're not getting any drops. We're getting good times in. I mean, and the sound still is good for you guys, huh? Everything's nice.
Yeah.
That's crazy
And
that
the
these
mics are working.
Yeah, that these broken mics worked. It's just, I guess, thermal popped on the case.
Got to put some kind of
Tape on them or something, or fix them. I'll
something to keep
replace
the
them.
dust out of it.
I'll replace them with something
Hot
else.
glue gun or something.
Yeah, no, that's good that it's still sounding good. I was sweating it, and it's funny too. We were dicking around in the beginning. Yeah, no, this is kind of how we want to set this up. I'm really digging how this is working now. Um, but yeah, in the beginning, Chris is in the bathroom with the mics, confessing to murder, and the Bernie mate. What was that guy? Did you ever see that HBO show where they were the guy got away? He was the socialite in New York that got away with murder from like the 70s, and then he did it again, and then HBO's doing a documentary on him, and they left mics on him, and he goes in the bathroom and he talks to himself, and he says they caught me, and he confesses in the bathroom to killing the people, and now he's in jail. Yeah, we didn't. Well, the weather's just start. Like today, I thought was going to be this weather. Like the weather we have right now, I thought was how the day was going to be, and today was actually perfect. I should have went to the range this morning, but I had a sign for stuff that came in, and then I was setting the new systems up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now that I know this works really good, this is the way we're going to do it, and this will be seamless.
Yeah. We just got to make sure the signal stays good.
Well, out there, I'm going to have to probably use this and connect to that for service, but we'll try it. It should still be okay. But yeah, that was totally cool
Heck yeah.
that we can get this in and going live and dicking around and laptop. That laptop, it likes that laptop. Because when we were doing the lives out in the garage, that worked really well for those also. I was using the laptop for that.
Mm-hmm. That'll be nice to get out there.
I know. I'm dying to go out for that stuff. I just got two. I should go grab one and show these guys. I just got those new can covers. I swapped all those can covers from Nick Gephardt, the Scope Chap guys. Got the can chaps now.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, grab one real quick. You could talk to people down there.
Yeah,
but yeah, Nick Gephardt, who does Scope Chaps, does suppressor chaps now, or suppressor covers, and they're really nice, and they're a lot smaller than like the Armageddon. Not that there's anything wrong with Armageddon's cover. Just oh shit, me falling again. Fell downstairs. I keep tripping, man. I hurt my ankle. My ankle don't work. I'm fucking tripping on stairs twice now. So I'm back. So I mean, you go out and I don't necessarily always custom the covers and stuff. So here's the Armageddon. You go into Mile High. They're on the shelf. You pull one off that's about the right size, and then it ends up. But they're thick and bulky. They're fat. And so Nick Gephardt came out with these can chaps, and they're much smaller, and they're using this different sticky material inside. I guess I gotta show the camera. And then I sized all these properly, so I'm under the blast like that.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, so yeah, sizing them in.
And it's got the lip to keep it from
Yes, so there's a lip back here. There's a little bit of cinch in the back, but this orange is sticky, so it really doesn't slide. But yes, so it cinches in the back, so it'll get tight and it won't go forward, or you can even like pop it behind a little and cinch it. Mm-hmm. And then I ordered to size, and it's scope chaps, can chaps, and so I popped them.
Really nice.
Yeah, they're smaller, they're thinner, they're not as bulky. They're not as big and puffy. As far as that goes, they're definitely look pretty good.
Yeah.
So there they are. Nick's chaps.
Sick.
Sick. Sick.
I wonder if we could do we could for sure do a video with the trigger cam and track the heat, the mirage off of it,
Mm-hmm.
and show like, all right, what's the difference between some of these with the suppressor in keeping the image
Yeah, how many
being
rounds can I
distorted.
go before the image is degraded versus not? Or, do they just not, you know, that kind of, yeah, you probably could. Yeah, and like well, now what I've been doing, talking about the slipping, ooh, that sucks. But yeah, I like you have to literally kind of do the wrap around the back. I know I have a lot of the cold tacks. There's a cold tack in here, and I like that Dustin and cold tack gives you that little lanyard in a loop, and it lets you put it around your barrel so it won't. The funny thing is when we did the Mountain Hunter class, uh, in March when you weren't there, I had one of these on my rifle, and I gave my rifle to one of the students. His shit all broke and everything. So I said, well, you have ammo. Here's my rifle. Shoot my rifle. And so then we were cleaning up and putting away. I said, hey, Laura, go to that guy and get my rifle. Well, when I come back, I have my rifle at the car. There's no cover on my can. He shot the fucking can cover off and never said nothing. I was like, God damn, dude, why'd you tell me? Yeah. But he shot it off and didn't say anything. So somewhere on Cameo, there's a can cover flying around. Yeah, you got to have those. You got to have those lanyards on the back. But the other thing is like the KGMs when they do slide forward. When they kind of nudge forward, then you end up getting the blast around here, and it ends up wrecking the covers because, like, I have the ports, and it eats the ports up. So what happens is you shoot, cover slides back or forward a little bit, and then it blasts out the friggin' thing from the KGM ports. Then you pull it back, and it's annoying. So that's why I made sure I sized these correctly for the KGM cans, because I have 3 of the holes right here are open that I use to keep my muzzle down. So basically, when the suppressor gets put on my rifle, I pull out the 3 top holes, and that way it keeps my nose down a little bit, because these holes actually work, and there's the set screws in them, and then I have 3 that are open. Nice. And then that's where it ends up blowing these out when the cover goes forward, if the cover goes forward. Yeah, but this actually does, these ports actually do work. See, this one is the Valkyrie, so I only have 2 open. I don't need much. Valkyrie don't do shit. But yeah, I dig these covers. Black multicam's the shit. The shiznit. Yeah, so very nice. Well, I'm liking the way this is set up. I'm glad we did this experiment today.
Yeah.
No, we're still doing it. But everybody's saying this is the best sound, and then it seems like doing it out of my laptop versus that computer upstairs or here is better. Like, it likes my laptop for some reason. And then even with these mics being broken the way they are, the thermal pop, it's still, everybody says it sounds really good. So I'm just excited that this is working, but this is the setup that we're going to take to the range when we do the live at the range.
Mm-hmm.
So
now we just got to get out there.
Oh, I tell you what, man, there's dogs, dude. We got a ton of dogs out at Fort Morgan now. We got like 2 prairie dog towns that are connecting by the towers out at Fort Morgan. So everybody's been popping animals out there. And then I got a thermal. I go grab, I have the one. That is here.
And it's sporty too, because they're between 600 and 1,000 yards. Makes for really, really tiny engagements.
Mm-hmm. But this guy's a thermal. And then I have the monocle with the laser rangefinder built into it now. So here, hold that one.
Is that the one that everyone was talking about?
Yeah, that's that hollow sight. That's a thermal that everybody's been talking about. That just came out. And then I bought at the same time, because I got a discount through that iRay sold me this thermal. iRay sold this thermal monocular. This actually has an active, always-on laser rangefinder. So when you're thermal lasering something, it has just about 1,000-yard rangefinder in it, and then you can range it at the same time you're thermaling it.
Perfect.
So yeah, this guy's a thermal laser rangefinder, and then I have the thermal hologram. So that's where I'm at with these guys. But yeah, this thing is badass as hell.
Nice. Man, so many toys.
Yeah, there's too many toys. Honestly, there really are way too many toys for all this stuff. But this little guy. it's it's funny too. Like look at this. You could see the whole unit is cocked. It doesn't even sit straight because their mounts are so ghetto.
Oh shit.
Like it doesn't even sit straight. See how it's
Yeah.
like zeroing this. You're gonna have to re-aim it so you can see it right there.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to change it. But their mounting is so ghetto that they're these attachment pieces. They suck. They're just terrible.
Not precision.
Not precision. It's spray and pray. Spray and pray.
For whatever reason, like my mind just jumped back to the team stuff and the one person's engaging while the other one's spotting, and a lot of times people ask about spotting with a spotter or spotting with binoculars. So you got to be careful with the rules for the event, but at the NRL Hunter, the secondary shooter, the person that's spotting, they you're not allowed to set up the position from which you're going to engage next from with your rifle. And I like to spot with my rifle scope because then I've got a sight picture that is the one I'll be shooting from. I've got my reticle so I can see what it's going to look like. That's exactly the same as what I'm going to be engaging from. And then also you have a sight picture that's more like the shooter. So I like to set up with my rifle and spot through my rifle, but you also have to know that when it's your time to shoot, you got to break that position and then rebuild it again. But if I have the option, I like to spot with my rifle and the rifle scope rather than anything else, and getting really efficient with that rifle scope instead of like a spotter. And I guess what brought up is we got a spotter sitting there on the table. It's nice to use the spotter sometimes, but if we're in the field acting dynamically, I think it's easier to just spot with the rifle scope, use the reticle that's in there, and then also you're kind of seeing the things that the shooter's seeing that isn't that different. And there could be disadvantages to that, but it streamlines the equipment, and to me, I think it gives me a little bit of kind of a head start on what I'm going to expect.
Yeah. Yep. There probably would be. The thing that would do it, I would say do it in the summer, Andrew, a night class out there, and then do coyote calling and have people just do a night classing and call coyotes out at Fort Morgan. He's saying, wonder if there's enough to do a night class out there. Probably enough people to do enough. But it'd be cool to do a night class and then at some point have a coyote calling.
With coyotes.
Yeah. And bring the coyotes in.
There's going to be a ton of them out there.
Oh, yeah. Adam and those guys go out and call them all the time out there. They use that range to shoot them.
Just do a suppressed night class.
Mm-hmm. Suppressed night class with coyote calling. That would be pretty good.
Yeah, that
wouldn't be bad at all. Well, I'm glad this sound. I see now that we know all this stuff. I gotta go and get these mics fixed. Then I'm gonna keep these up here though. We know they work. We just put a little bit of tape on them or something.
Yeah,
that's crazy that the thermite. I'm still blown away that they're working. Kind of surprised. What else? Anybody got anything going on a Saturday night? That we're the lame ones. We're doing a live on a Saturday night versus going out and doing shit. Actually,
I gotta get it squared away.
yeah, well, actually, I think we're super squared away. I think now we can grab everything and just go and create. I'm ready to go. All my stuff's ready. I don't have to make anything special. I got my GoPro box ready. I got the cameras ready. And then we can just jet right out there, film some of the early, like the pre-films we talked about.
Yeah.
We can even pre-film something and then load it in and then talk about it, even talking head style too sometimes. Like we can go out to the range, film something, do our thing, bring it back here, I'll edit it, upload it, and we can sit down and talk about it and not have to, if we find the signal sucks out there.
Yeah.
You know, but we might have good signal.
I can lift 20 pounds now, so I can shoot, and that makes it easy. I just got to put the ammo together, and I'm ready to go. This week we should. Let's see what.
I think our weather's finally good this week.
Kind of pre-anticipate. Monday looks nice. Friday looks nice. And then if
all week, 70s all week, dude.
Yeah.
We got every day is perfect. 70s all week. See, we're going straight from winter. There it is.
To follow.
See, what it wants is it wants me to kind of go back to that thing, and then it pops right back in. See, pop right back up now.
There, it's back up here too.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, see, it just needed me. Beauty, we're good, man. I think we could call it. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Hour. We did hour almost.
Maybe test it on Monday or Wednesday. We got to Fort Morgan.
Yeah, I got to look at. I don't think I want to see if I had a meeting or something Monday. Something was in my head that I had to answer a call Monday, but I think we can go Monday. We should be able to go Monday. We'll probably go out to the range and try this with you guys on Monday. So we'll see how this is. I mean, a lot of it, I know this is kind of playing around and us testing it, but new technology. I'm old now and not as tech savvy as I was 15 years ago because tech was easier.
More complicated.
I think it is more complicated now.
We'll bring multi-caliber. We could do some carbine stuff, and we could also test what footage works, well for this format.
Yes,
for the embedding it and what doesn't.
I'll probably kill this one so it doesn't archive, but we'll see. We'll do it later.
It's a good test, though.
It was a good one. It was definitely good. I dig it, and it's a good look. It's like the live stream is not bad. In the app, it looks pretty good, right? You guys are digging on it. Like I said, we're just kind of playing around. Yes.
For the embedding it and what doesn't.
Right. I'll probably kill this one so it doesn't archive, but we'll see. We'll do it later.
It's a good test, though.
It was a good one. It was definitely good. I dig it, and it's a good look. It's like the live stream. Let's load all the messages. Beauty. There we go. All right, guys, we're gonna kill this one and call it good. I think we're in a I think we're in a good spot for everybody.
We could pre-announce a live for when we go out to see how many folks we can catch.
Well, we can. What we'll do is we'll do a test one on Monday, and if everything's good, we'll pre-announce like a Thursday.
Okay.
And then we'll do a big, hey, we're going to do this at the range. It's going to be live, and we can and then that way there, if we go Monday and it's kind of a shit show, then we know we can go Tuesday film something and then go live Wednesday at the house with the footage from the range.
Yeah,
Because remember, I could load the footage in, so it can go either or.
perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the only thing with the range is the signal, and we're gonna have to probably gonna have to go off of my hotspot. Yeah, and we get that, and we knew people were missing it, but I've been kind of fighting some of the technology and fighting some of the equipment, trying to get it to work a little bit better, for how we're going to use it. And then, like I said, today was crazy because, like, I decided I was going to go in with these mics and use these mics in this setup a little different, and I broke them out of the charger, and they were in its charger, and the cover popped, like all the thermal expanded and I'm like, oh shit, is this going to even work? And luckily it did. But yeah, it was kind of like, holy cow, this fucking thermal expanded and popped. And that kind of freaked me out a little bit. Have a good one there. Yep, off to the steakhouse. I think I might go. I don't know what I'm going to have to do for dinner. What do you want? I got leftovers. We got ribs and pulled pork. And yeah, and I have a taco. So cool. All right, guys, we're gonna call this one. We'll see you guys later. I'm gonna cancel this one. Cancel that. Cancel so it won't save there. And then kill this.